I decided to come on and do a Q&A, because why not? It is tax season. We are in the thick of things, and I always have a bunch of people with a bunch of questions. So I'm going to just say this. Feel free. Here's the thing, y'all. Feel free to come on and you can click to request to come on. Let me see if I can make sure. If you got any questions, I know it's tax time. Your W-2s either came out or they should be available real soon. And so you got questions. I am, as you see, as you come in, welcome, Ellery. My name is Monique J. I'm an accountant. I am a tax professional. I am a paralegal. I am a business coach, author, all things entrepreneurialism. But the key thing that I love to do is educate and help people avoid problems, right? And at tax time, we have people having a lot of problems. I'm on my TikTok, and then I am on, welcome, JeCEO, welcome. I am on my YouTube. I'm on my other thing, okay? And I'm going to go live on both, but I wanted to just come on and do a Q&A. Happy Saturday, beautiful. How are you? Thank you so much for commenting. How are you doing this Saturday? So while I'm working, I'm going to be here. Thanks so much for my heart hand. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am going to, just be doing a little Q&A. The best thing to do, first of all, I'm going to just tell y'all, as an accountant, as a degreed accountant, as a 30-plus year tax professional, one thing I want to tell you want to do is hire a tax professional. You don't want to go to your friend, sister, cousin who say they do taxes and they've been doing taxes and they doing taxes, but they doing it and they don't have an ability to sign your tax return. What I mean by sign your tax return means that they don't have their name on the bottom of it, right? Something go wrong, you have no way of telling who did whatever it was, and you are going to hold the full brunt of whatever goes wrong. You want to put your business, your personal business, your children's personal business, all your stuff in the hands of a professional. Now, does that mean you're going to always hear what you want to hear? No, it don't. But what you will get is truthful, knowledgeable, ethical information that you can rely on, right? And that if somebody give you some wrong information, if they say something wrong to you, if they tell you something wrong, when it's somebody like me, accountant, a CPA, an enrolled agent, a tax attorney, you are going to be able to, can I pin you, sis? Let me pin. Oh, there we go. Y'all make sure you go check out my sis, JeCEO. Let me read her. Hold on. She is a home chef, love, God, support, and kindness. Golden fam. She is a live host. It is Monday through Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. For those of you like me, that's going to be 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Check my good sis out. She's a beautiful person, a beautiful spirit, a beautiful energy. But what we are doing today, feel free to request to add to come on. I think I have it set up the right way. I think I do. Where you can ask questions. You don't have to come on camera. You can type them in. I'm gonna look up while I'm working, but I will be kind of looking down because I am working. My clients would probably choke me to death if they knew I was just talking live and not taking care of their business. So we're gonna work and do both, okay? So if you have any questions, and this is my thing, I'm gonna say this to you. The questions can be truthful, right? I'm gonna do things right. I'm gonna always make sure I'm gonna do things right, but I'm from what I'm from. So what I'm gonna do is speak candidly, and I'm gonna let you know, like, it ain't worth the BS. Now I'm gonna just talk about some things that I know are big things. Hey, Rollin, hey, Malo, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I am in the South, Rallian. I'm in the South. Hey, Fashionist. Hey, Robin. Welcome in. Tammy the Best. Welcome in. So I'm going to just talk about one thing that has been a major thing for the past week or two, because it was a huge rumor which is a rumor. It is not factual, about the new president basically saying something like dads, if they pay child support, the mama, they can automatically claim the child. The mama can't claim the child or something like that. And I'm just here to let y'all know that is not true. That is a rumor. You don't automatically get to, just because you pay child support. First of all, think about that. How much sense does that make? Did she take, I think this girl took my damn, I'm sorry, y'all. She must have took my, hopefully it's in my backpack. I hope this, let me stay smiling. I had to be out of touch for a week, and I left my stuff with somebody, and now I'm trying to use my mouse. My mouse adapter that stays in my laptop is not in my laptop. And just wondering where it could be because it stays in my laptop. And so I'm gonna do this because I'm not a person. Welcome in. Oh, thanks, Lyndon. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm gonna control this Virgo in me, and I'm gonna do what I'm here to do. Okay, but I will be getting on with this person ASAP, because I don't understand it doesn't come out automatically, which means it had to be removed. Okay, so anyway, talking about this dad's automatically getting a claim the child because they paid child support, and y'all thinking that is the truth, right? I'm gonna just say that does that make any sense? Just because dad paid child support, that's not all the costs of taking care of a child. So why would you think that they would automatically be able to? Thanks so much, Monique, for my daily heart. Me, hey sister, how you doing? Why would you think that just because a dad pays child support, which is generally probably not even 30 to 40% of the cost of taking care of a child, especially if the child don't live with them, why would you think that they would be automatically entitled to claim the child? Like, for real, how much sense does that make? I'm just saying, for real, y'all, how much sense does that make? And why would you think that any president or any person would come in and say that that's the case? Now, what is being considered, here is the thing. Thanks so much for my team cheers, Monique. Thank you. What is being considered? Because here it is. I'm a tax pro for all. I have several dads that are raising their children by themselves, have been raising their children by themselves. And a lot of times moms think just because they're the mom that they automatically have the right to claim the child. So what I want to make sure is clear, right, is that I stand up for the rights of both. I stand up for the rights of parents, right? It could be a single dad, it could be a single mom, it can be both, right? Because I understand that both can do what they're supposed to do. So I'm going to make sure I say that, and that's clear, because I don't want nobody taking nothing wrong or nothing, but I'm just going to be honest. If a dad is only paying child support, even if he feels the child support sometimes he makes good money. It could be $1,200 a month. That's not the only cost that it takes to take care of a child. When you feeding a child, you putting a roof over a child's head, you getting them to and from school, you getting them to their activities, you paying, like, all of that stuff costs. And when a child and a mom or a parent was living in a home, that money that child support is paying for is covering the portion of that home for that child, the portion of that child's school, food, things like that. But the parent that has to dedicate all the time, as well as paying for the things, it's just gonna have to be an agreement. And I tell this to people and parents all the time, especially guys, like, you need to get with your child's mother or your children's mother, and you all need to agree. If you are a dad or a mom the child does not reside with you, but you are paying child support, you are there equally, taking your child, doing things for your child, buying clothes, doing all this stuff, then it's only fair that both parents, should be able to claim at some point. That is going to be claiming, I don't know why this lady keep doing this. That is going to be claiming, maybe opposite. That could be, you know, switching, alternating years or something like that. But I don't believe that a dad should be a good dad paying child support and never have the opportunity to claim his child and get those tax credits that could be there. But just let me in that myth right now. You don't automatically get to claim your child because you claim child support. And also dads, moms, if the child don't live with you, I did this in a video. I did this in a video. And I stated in the video that if you know that you do what you're supposed to do, what you need to do is take care of your back end business too. And that means that on your children's school registration and all that, your name needs to be on there as a parent. Your address needs to be on there as well. The school can put 2 addresses. Understand that. Okay, so your address needs to be on there. Wherever your child go to the doctor, your name needs to be on there on the doctor's records. Your address needs to be on the doctor's records. Now, why is this important? Because if your child, or if you all get to the agreement of where you're going to alternate years or something like that, and you are ever bothered, right? You are ever audited or questioned by the IRS, there are going to be things that they're going to ask you for to prove residency. They will ask to prove relationship. If it's your biological child, they won't generally ask for a birth certificate, but if you want to give that, you can give that, okay? But it's generally going to be relationship and proof that they resided with you over 6 months of the year. Now, if they live with the one parent, they just come with you on the weekends and stuff like that, the way you're going to be able to show and prove that the address the child is at is the same address that you are at is going to be school records, doctor's records. What can they do? You pull that, you get that from the school, you send it into it, it shows your address, it shows the child, and there you go. You can save yourself from a bunch of darn headache, okay? So want to make sure that's cool. That's for any parent that the child does not live with you, like as far as with you 7 days of the week or even 5 days of the week. Make sure that you are you're doing that. Make sure that you have your name and your stuff on those type of on that kind of paperwork. Okay. So that's that. Any questions? Any questions about taxes this year? I know it's a lot of different things. People get mail and say, oh, you have 3 kids, you're going to be able to earned income credit is, they'll say the earned income credit is just say $6,900. And a lot of times people think automatically because they are, because they have 3 children, then they think that means, oh, I automatically get earned income credit and I automatically get this amount. If you are somebody who thinks that, please let me know. If you are someone who thinks, or when you get the mail from the state agencies and stuff and telling you that, whatever the amount of earned income credit or child tax credit, you think that you automatically get that. Welcome in, Lady Locks. Welcome in. I am Monique J. I am an accountant, tax pro, entrepreneur, coach, amongst many things. And as of course, we are right in the heat of tax season. I know people always have a million questions. People often are unsure. You get information from unreliable sources. People who say they do taxes. If somebody say they do taxes, you don't need to go to them because it's not something you do. It's something that you prepare, and it's something that you need to be qualified in order to do. Qualification does not just mean you got TurboTax or H&R Block and a computer. That's not qualification. Qualification is not just plugging numbers in with no credentials. Because those kind of people, I'm just keeping it real with y'all, those are the kind of people will get you audited. And then when you get audited, they are nowhere to be found. So ask me a question. You can come on and you can put in that you want me to invite you. You can ask it verbally. That would help me really if you ask it verbally, because I don't have to necessarily look at the screen. I can just hear you. But most definitely, if you want to ask a question live, just wave your hand. If you are thinking that this information that I'm providing to you is valuable information and you appreciate it, do me a favor and just love on the live. You can share out. But this is the one time that you get to ask the questions that you want to ask. You get to find out the things you want to know from a degreed accountant. I am an IRS annual filing season preparer. I am a degreed accountant. I have been doing this business for over 30 years, right? I am knowledgeable, ethical, and professional. And so you get to be in the room with me as I work and prepare, but ask questions that you may want to ask. Now, you guys over on my YT, know that I am on my TT too. And so if you can type in your question and I will look and answer it. And on my TT, you most definitely can just wave your hand and let me know. Welcome in, Janice. Let me know that you have a question that you want to ask. I just am here to answer, to help, to hopefully prevent somebody from doing something they ain't supposed to do, giving their information or assuming. So it could be questions about how to fill out your W-4 form. It could be questions about who can claim who. It can be questions about filing exempt. It can be questions about, it could be questions about anything, right? Anything. When I say anything, if it got to do, can more than one person claim file head of household at the same address? I know people be trying to do that. And what is the difference in filing head of household and filing single? And does head of household automatically get you a bigger refund? Things like that. If you got a question, ask it to me. Ask it to me. I would love to answer. I would love to arm you with factual information, so that you can make better decisions when it comes to, when it's time to fill out your W-4 form. You'll know how to prevent yourself from owing at the end of the year. You be thinking you filled that form out right, and then you get your taxes done and they telling you owe and you don't understand why. And it could just truly be you did not know how to fill out the form. And I'm just keeping it real. The HR people are not allowed to help you fill it out properly. So having them there is not going to help you do it right. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are y'all doing this Saturday? I am Monique J. No questions? I can't believe this. Now, see, people say they won't ask no questions as soon as I post a video with questions. Hey, D, welcome in, my sister. How are you? Long time no see. That is one of my CEOs. Let me give her some love. Hey, that is what my subscribers are known as, CEOs. That means you are people who choose exceptional options. That's what CEO stands for. Choose exceptional options. And that is what we do over here in this family as a part of the Monique J CEO community. Okay? So any questions? It just be tickling me, because then soon, like I said, as soon as I post a video, I will have people with a million questions. And if you're single, but you have 1 or 2 children, they reside with you, what should you choose on that W-4 form when you're completing to make sure that you are taxed properly? Hey, K-Bomb. The one thing that you definitely should choose is head of household, right? But here is the complicated part. When it asks you to put $2,000 on the line for every dependent that you have that's under 17, you legitimately can't do that. You should put $2,000 on the line for every dependent that's under 17. If you have any dependents that are over 17, you should put $500 on the line for each one. So if you have 2 that are over 17 on that line, it should be $1,000. Now, here is the tricky part, because most people, a lot of people work more than one job. And when you work more than one job and you fill out the W-4 form on the second job, just say the job that pays you the least, you should not count the children on that job. You should not count being head of household on that job. You should just put single and don't put anything else on the lines. Why? Because the kids can only count one time. And if you put them on this job and then you put them on another job, what happens is the second job is going to be under-taxing you, because they're going to be taxing you as if they are your only job when they're not. And then just say you only make like $15,000 on that job, but your main job, you make $60,000, and it's taxing you as if it's your only job. And it's taxing accordingly. But what happens is it's taxing based on the $50,000 that it thinks that's all that you make. And then once you come in this second job and now you're adding 15,000 more, now that means that first job has been under taxing you. Hold on. That means the second job has been taxing you properly, but the first job is going to be under taxing you because they think they are the only income. That is why I say on the second job, don't count your dependents, don't count your head of household, because they will quote unquote overtax you, but it will end up balancing out that once you do your taxes, it will be equal. And so you won't have to worry about when you get done owing. And I'm promising you, that's what will happen. And most people don't know that. Most, they just fill out the form. Like I said, the HR doesn't tell you. It says on there, is this your only job or do you have only one job? But that's just you reading, and you still may not necessarily understand. Welcome in, wifey developer. You may not necessarily understand still what to do. And they are not going to help y'all. I'm just letting y'all know they ain't going to help, because they are directed not to, because they don't want to advise anybody incorrectly. So that is why you visit in my profile, you'll see I have other things like on your phone that you can find that has all those different questions, and an app store that has all those different questions that you can ask when it comes to this. But I want to sit here and help you now. So understand, and if you got a second job, you got a third job, if you got a fourth job, the second, third, fourth, all of them should just say single, no nothing on the lines, sign the form. That's it. If you do it that way, I can 99.9% guarantee you will be taxed properly and you won't end up owing. When you have more than one job, the highest wage earning job is the job in the form that the job that you should fill out the form according to your true tax situation. So if you have, if you're, like I said, if you have 2 children, 3 children, 1 child, it should be head of household. If you're alone, you're not married. Here's the thing, people like to know another thing. Can you file head of household and be married living with your husband? No, legally you cannot. If you are living with your spouse, you must file married filing joint or married filing separately. Reason why you can't file head of household. Head of household is a status for a single person or a person who is functioning as a single person. So you could be separated from your mate or whatever. As long as they are not living in the home with you, then you can claim head of household. If they are residing in the home with you and you are married, you should not be filing head of household. You should be married filing separately, or married filing jointly and file with them. If you file married filing separately, you will lose certain credits, such as earned income credit, such as dependent care credit, such as additional child tax credit. You're going to lose those credits if you file married filing separately. So just so you know. So goes back to the W-4. The W-4 form and how to fill it out when it comes to if you are married. You all have decided you're going to file jointly, which is absolutely fine. How do you fill out that W-4? If both spouses work, you need to fill the form out. I don't think on the line it has, but I'm going to look it up real quick just so I can be honest with y'all, because it's been a second since I've looked at it. So I'm going to give you, I love precise information. I don't play about information. Okay. So you are going to fill out, if you're not going to file jointly, you are going to choose the box that says single. the single married filing separately. You are going to fill that box out whether you're filing jointly or not, if both spouses work. I hope that's clear. If both spouses are earning a living and earning wages, when you fill out your W-4 form, you need to check single married filing separately. Do not check married filing jointly. Why? Why, Monique J? Why do you say that? But we filing joint. Because the payroll systems, welcome in Joe. The payroll systems, when that reads married filing jointly, it is going to automatically calculate your taxes as if your spouse does not earn any income. So it is going to give you 2 exemptions, but of course, the second is as if your spouse does not work. You don't want to be taxed. You don't want to tax. You don't want to be taxed like 2 people on at your job, and then your spouse is working and they being taxed like 2 people because they didn't put they married too. So now y'all being taxed as it is 4 people when there's only 2. What does that mean? It's only 2. So chances are you're under taxed. And then once we get to working on the taxes, I'll get it done and you're going to be on, because the system thinks that it is 4 of y'all and it's really only 2. And then the system thinks that your spouse is not working because you included them on the W-4 form. It has in there on section 2, step 2, complete if you hold more than 1 job, are married and jointly, and your spouse also works. The correct amount withholding depends on the income from these jobs. So it'll say on here, and what you could do is just do an extra withholding. But we don't want to do that, right? Why go through all that? Just do welcome in. I am her. Embrace. Welcome in. Just do as I'm suggesting. If you and your spouse both work, just check the box on your W-4 form that says married filing separately or single. This way, you will make sure you are taxed properly, not overtaxed, but taxed properly. And if they end up owing you a little something, I got a client messaging now. If they end up owing you a little something, it will be only a little something. It won't be a lot. But one thing you definitely know is you ain't going to be owing, right? Because we do not want to owe. Anybody got any questions about that? Let me go back into my live chat box. Any questions for Mo, the tax pro? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? This is the only time you're going to get me for free. And live Q&A with a tax professional that you can ask questions, any kind of question. Ain't no question a dumb question. A question is a dumb question when you don't ask it. If you got a question, welcome in, Tash. Welcome in. If you have a question, I'm going to need for you to ask it so that you can get true, precise answers so that you can make the best decision for yourself and for your finances. Welcome in, SPP032. How are y'all doing today? I am just here as I am preparing a return. I'm doing my best to try to answer questions for you, as I most definitely love to share what I know as a 30-plus year tax pro and a over 20-year accountant. And I just want to help. And I just want to make sure that you guys are getting knowledgeable, ethical, and professional information. That you are not, doing stuff just for money, just for money that's going to be short-lived, right? Yeah, people getting $10,000 refund, $10,000 refunds, or 11 or 12. But most times, just being honest with you, they blow through that money. They blow through it because they don't get any budgeting assistance. They don't get any economic information in regards to, just how to make the money stretch. What is the money for? And they go blow it. And then next year in, they still doing the exact same thing, having the exact same problems. Exact same information, just exact same issues. And it's nothing that, they can do until they decide to make a change. And so I try my best to, share. I try my best to do what I can, to just help people make informed decisions. Informed decisions are the best kind of decisions. These are decisions that you're going to be able to grow from. You're going to be able to, when you speak on something, you can stand on it. That's the key thing about the information that I share. Welcome in, the Godmother. Welcome in. So if you got any questions, anybody got any questions regarding your taxes, tax questions, what can you do? Who can file this? Ask them. Closed mouth don't get fed, and you sure ain't gonna get an answer to a question that you don't ask. So I am here. That is what I am here for, is to help you. So if you got a question, type it in. If you're not following already, follow. If subscribe on my YT, subscribe, and of course it's free. On my TT, subscriptions are, they have different tiers, but you get private only, subscriber only lives. You get answers